Greetings guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. For those of you that are new here, I am a professional intuitive empath and we are going to jump right into it on this fine evening. So, today, you saw the title, you know why you're here. We're going to do a little bit of X therapy. Yes, I said it, X therapy. Not sex therapy, but X therapy. I got my Beyonce fanning, and we are going to get into this so that I can stay cool here and collected, because this subject matter gets me a little heated. Comment below if you know the song. It's a little shout out to Beyonce. Alright, let me get some hydration. Alright, let's get started. What does my collective need to know that's going to help them process their ex? Ooh. Actually, I just heard ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And I have the King of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Listen, you are in the process of healing, and you've actually healed. That's one of the things that I want you to know right now. It's so funny because I really thought the message was going to start out with a rehashing of a lot of the toxicity and trauma, and it looks like they jumped right into the beautiful energy of what is coming in for you and why you need to expect that. So I'm going to get these cards up on my handy dandy board here, hoping my Beyonce fan cooperates with me using a favorite deck. I don't remember what this name of this one is, but when you see it, you will know. When you see me, oh, when you see me. Who was that, Fantasia? Someone wants to see you. Alright guys, you guys see that there? We have the King of Cups, we have the Four of Wands, we have the Five of Cups, crying over spilled milk, the Ace of Cups, and the World. We have a whole new cycle beginning with the World here. I love this here because what we're dealing with the World, let me get looking for a handy dandy pointer, of which I have many, but right now what's calling me is the Selenite, and I think that might just be for all you guys that need like a little Men in Black clearing from the past. So I have this huge piece of Selenite here, but maybe it's what's called for tonight. So anyway, so what we're dealing with here is the King of Cups, Four of Wands, the Five of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the World. That's what I have on the board. We're going to clarify each one of these, and we're going to get into the X therapy. What do they need to know about their ex? Your ex is very thirsty. Like, I just drank water before I came on camera. I always do. I always have a bottle sitting here. They're trying to sabotage you. They wish that they could sabotage you. They're like gum sticking to your shoe. Like, guys, I'm getting all kinds of messages. I literally put my gum in the cap of my water bottle, right? And somehow it was stuck to it just then when I tried to sit it down, which never happens. Your ex is here. So they definitely have so much desire to be stuck to you, and they do not want to release you, and that is something that you may feel. And one of the things that I want to explain to you is that when you're feeling, I have a lump in my throat, this is fascinating, guys. When you are feeling, you're right on time, when I see you, when you're feeling it's you and me, oh heck no. I just channeled Cassie. I'm looking at a picture frame that says you and me, but I just channeled Diddy Bop and Cassie. Oh no, we have entered into the realm of toxicity, and the reason that the toxicity is ramping up is because they can feel you actually moving on. They can feel you actually getting ready to be in a connection that's going to be worthwhile for you, that's going to be stimulating for you. Eventually, even if it doesn't come in for you this year, this calendar year of 2024, it's something that is destined for you as a promise, especially with the dolphins here. They cringe at the idea of you having sex with anybody. I'm going to show you guys here this King of Cups. Guys, look at the King of Cups. Above the King of Cups throne are two dolphins, and dolphins definitely represent consensual sexual play. They're one of the mammals that has sex for funsies and not just reproduction. And They have been kind of warding people off away from you. So if you've been feeling like you've been having trouble in connections, it's because you have a toxic ex that's been sending. I'm getting this lump in my throat. Good thing I have a backup bottle of water. This is crazy. They have been sending energy for you to not be. Let me get my backup bottle of water. We are prepared, guys. They have been sending, but even this backup, it happened again. You guys see what I'm saying? Your exes, for those of you that are new here, guys, everything is part of the reading. The fact that this happened again, I just did this twice. Don't make the same mistake twice. So this is about either allowing them to spin the block. We don't even need cards tonight, y'all. The message is coming through so clear. This is about them allowing them to spin the block. I was going to say the bottle is janky. The other bottle is more sturdy. This one's like really flimsy. If you were to get back into a relationship with them, like it almost barely doesn't want to stand up on its own. Your ex was codependent. If you were to get back in a relationship with them, I can't finish a thought. They've totally interrupted the stream here. Stop it. Angels? Now clear me. Let me Men in Black myself, okay? Boom. Let's get the snap out of it. If you were to get back with them, they would only become that much more codependent with you. They were never really able to stand up on their own feet. That's something that you need to understand and know about them. It is something that you understand and know about them. Don't see how they're trying to play me? They're like, oh no, this message, we don't even want you to get it out. What they want is for me to get so frustrated that I don't upload it. Anybody who creates content knows exactly what I'm talking about. You'll be making a video and you think it's going well, and then before you know it, you either have to edit it to death. If this feather flies all the way away to Egypt, that's where it's going, because we're going to get this out. They said, do X therapy, and here I am. I'm being obedient. So y'all, pray for me right now. We're clearing it up. Even though you guys are going to see this in the future, pray for me right now, because this is important for you to hear. They are codependent on you. They want to still be in your good graces. They never were able to stand up on their own 2 feet. They wanted you to be distracted. They never came through with their promises to you. They were not honest. They never came through with their promises. They wanted you to be distracted. They see that you're going to move on eventually. No matter what stage you're at in the move on, they know that you're going to move on eventually from them, and that is their worst nightmare. They do not want you to move on from them. They want to energetically hold you. They do not want to be your ex. They do not want you to say thank you next. I'm so effing grateful for my ex. That's the stage you're at, where you're actually processing your Ariana Grande. You're processing the lessons and the blessings that happen. Every soulmate connection, every lover, every twin flame, everybody that ever comes into your energetic frame is a person to teach you a lesson. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. You're like, shh, shut up, shut up. Y'all are gonna think I'm crazy, but I know how deliberate. I have had these earrings on all day, and I have been outside, and never have they blown in front of my mouth while I'm talking. That is wild. You all saw that happen, okay? Anyway, we're going to go on, because this message is going to get out. X therapy. Well, here's what they do want you to know. On my very worn favorite deck of cards, the betrayal. Oh, the betrayal. The way that they betrayed you was so total and complete. So what do we need to know? Let's see what the X wants to say. We know where you're going, so that's really nice to see. But what does the X... Oh, see how the... Girl... My camera never moves during my videos. You see how they're doing this? You see? Y'all rotten, low down, dirty bastards. Nobody wants you here. Leave. Okay? Leave. Rotten, low down, dirty bastards. Trying to disrupt stuff. Trying to mess up stuff. They're hating asses. Alright. Let's see what the X wants to say. Selenite 1. Boom. Get them out of the way, okay? Get them out of the way, alright. That they betrayed you. I just shuffled and it's the same. That they betrayed you. 10 of Swords. That they want to talk to you. They want to talk to you so bad. They want to talk to you so bad. So bad. So bad. Clarify the energy of that. They've grown up. They've matured. They've learned their lesson. They're the King of Pentacles now. They're not the Knight of Wands with their freaky wild ass. Clarify. The 7 of Cups. that here's what their higher self wants to tell you, that they're still full of shit, that they can't focus, that they still will want to make you an option somehow, they still want you to be in their reindeer game, they just miss you. What else does the ex want to say? Don't try to that's okay, we're going to talk through it. That life has been like this, a miserable hellscape for them ever since you left. They are suffering with PTSD. No one's treated them the way that you treated them. No one cares about them. I can't. Do you guys see this? You see it? I can't make this shit up. I even tamed these earrings. They're usually wild, and I purposely like tamed them and did things to make sure they wouldn't just be Taliban members. But here we are. That they're this. Diablo. El Diablo misses you. El Diablo would like to come back and take you back into Dante's Inferno. They want you to be subjugated. And this is one of the most like sinister devil cards out of all the tarot decks that I have. The subjugation, the gluttony, the connection. They do not want you to... Also, they're chained to their karmic partner of choosing. And you know what? Let me tell you who gives no F's about a karmic partner of choosing or a karmic lifestyle of choosing. Because sometimes they didn't leave you for a person. They left you for a lifestyle, or they left you for freedom, or they left you for whatever nonsense, because of what they chose not to do was the work that was required of both of you to level up. What does your toxic ex want you to know? Damn, they wish you were their lover. Also, they know you're going to have a lover. And they can feel it. This is pheromonal. Have any of you guys ever broken up with someone or maybe dating a couple people at the same time, and then like you'll be with one person and the other person that you're dating like happens to call, or you're breaking up with someone and maybe you're broken up and all of a sudden your ex calls when you're on your first like good juicy date, or a song plays energetically, they get channeled through. This is what your ex is doing with you because they want to get you back for more narcissistic toxicity. Now let's ask what the lesson is. That was a 7 of Swords. What was the lesson for my collective that they need to know? That you had issues to work on regarding abandonment. So you were allowed to be triggered in the way that you were, which was like to the depths of your soul with the 5 of Pentacles here. And you were treated like you were the enemy. God, it was heartbreaking. You were treated like you were the enemy. And you were treated like you were the person that, should be left out in the cold when you would help them actually build the home. The 10 of Wands, what you are to know here is that they're asking you not to pick it back up. So I'm not the reader that's going to be like, find out what the karmic's doing at 6:42 after the hour. Who gives a fuck? Because here's the deal. We've all been a karmic partner to somebody. We have all acted out of character to a certain degree. We have all been codependently attached to someone and acted crazy. So there but for, there but for the grace of God go any of us, is what I say. But the issue is when we stay dwelling in the past, if you're one of those people that's been like binge watching readings and you just broke up and you saw X and you're like, okay, I need to hear answers that I wasn't able to hear from him or her, that's fine. I'm happy to give you those answers, but what I won't give you is a codependent teat to latch on to. So that, don't tell me to shut up. I see your energy out there like, no, just tell me what the karmic's doing. No, I'm not going to tell you what the karmic's doing. I'm not going to tell you how they live and are fighting or fucking, and if they miss you. No, that's not what this is about. This lesson was to get you out of a very toxic, low vibrational situation, and it was to get you to see that codependency that you might have been existing in them had to be broken off of you, so you are no longer codependent. And unfortunately, it was like caused by the biggest heartbreak of your life in order to get you out of that codependency. And so your angels are really proud of you, but they're saying that this is so over. And a lot of you know that you would never go back. But the reason that they're having me show up right now, because they're saying you're under spiritual attack, and I have a lot of powerful energy that I'm working with right now. Okay, I'm working with a lot of divine feminine energy. We're working with some moon energy. There's just a lot happening. I'm working with some numerological vibrations as well, just specific for me, that I was guided to by my spirit team to make sure that this message got to you, and that the messages that you pick up on this day, doesn't matter when you watch it. I did my work on this end so that you can get it on your end in the right way, and it can be palatable for you when you're ready to receive it. I don't care if you see this 10 years from now. You were meant to see it exactly when you were. You had to deal with your abandonment issues. And because you dealt with your abandonment issues, now the reverse, flip it and reverse it, is true of you. Meaning they are stuck to you like gum under your shoe. They won't leave you alone. They are wobbly and can't stand up. They are janky. They have no, you see how like squishy this water bottle is? It's completely full. It's never been opened. It's never been refilled. But the integrity of the plastic is compromised versus this one, you guys see? And even though it's empty, you see how much harder it is for me to squeeze it? You were this. You were integral. You had some level of core structure. They're so thirsty for you. You had some level of core structure. What is happening over here? Sabotage. The gum is not over here anymore. I was like, what is happening? Did they grow more gum? Oh, they will not leave you alone. You had a core structure, and now they're realizing just how sturdy you were and what a beautiful vessel you were and how you were able to hold water. Oh, you kept their secrets. So whomever they may have chosen over you did not keep their sturdy little secrets and did not know how to ride or die with them, quote unquote. Horrible analogy with the Bonnie and Clyde. That ended up in misery and mayhem. But to a degree, we definitely have subjugated ourselves to our men and women in our lives, and we have loved them to a certain way. And so your angels are saying that they're so proud of you because you are actually done. 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, the end, the world, a new beginning. This is why they want you to press on, because what's coming for you is a loving connection. Whether you want to manifest that in 2024 or in the years to come, there's more and more and more. And it's they need you to see the other side. Come see the softer side of Seers. They want you to see the other side of relationship. And they said they want you to push beyond your fears. They want you to know what it's like to be embraced. They want you to know what it is to have countenance on your face. I'm looking at another card here, and oh my god, I can't even make this up. I saw this, and I saw a countenance on your face, like a peaceful face, and it was hidden behind a book, which I'm going to get into with some readings and education for you guys soon. But the bottom of the deck is this: beyond illusion. They want you to see beyond the illusion that the narcissist created for you, because you are so powerful, and you were purged in fire. Getting more messages from the card here that is behind it. You were literally purged in fire through transformation. This card is so poignant. Look at that. You were birthed through the fire, and now you are no longer having to play politics with people wearing a mask, is what they said. Whew, look at this. The reading's reading itself. I wasn't even going to use this deck. You are no longer dealing with people that are snakes and chameleons and playing politics with you. You have spiritual work to do. Mask off. Fucking mask off is what I just heard. The mask is off. And you are no longer, you are so aware and alert to when snaky energy is coming to you. Oh, tell me why do we build castles in the sky? This snake has clouds on it. Yellow clouds, vanilla sky, illusion. That movie Vanilla Sky has something to do with this. There was a manifestation of what you thought love looked like, and you were in a nightmare. And also, he was disfigured in his face as well. So there's a disfigurement, disembodiment. They didn't want you to see the ugliness that was hiding beneath them. They didn't want you to understand that they could never love you. You know, I was going to do this in a separate video, but I feel like I'm called to read a piece of this to you now, and then maybe we'll do it in a separate video. I'll read an excerpt from it. Nope. Nope, they said no. No. That's for another video. Okay, so what I'm hearing here is, no, they said to do it for another video completely. Okay, guys, back to you and you and that booty. Someone misses that booty. Someone misses that booty. 6 of Cups. Oh, revelations have abounded. So your ex realizes too that you were actually a soulmate that was dispatched in for them. And I want to get really clear with that. We have multiple soulmates. So what I don't want you to do is get hung up on whoever comes in for you, or get hung up on the one that you had because they treated you badly and think like that's the end of it for you. It's not. That is not it. But they do not have that expansive awareness of spirituality to understand, and that's why they have the problems that they do in their life, is what I'm channeling, because they didn't cut people off, because they got a lot of validation and ego stroking and supply from them, and so they never made firm cuts. Like, people that are my exes are my exes. Like we don't like chop it up, and we're not like hanging out and having tea on Thursday. There was an ex that I adored. There's only one that I like truly adored, and I never physically saw him again after we broke up for years. Meaning, still to this day on Jesus' earth, on this day of our Lord, I did not see him. And he would talk to me, and he would, say, when I think about you, every time I breathe. Like, he was such a romantic. And there were times in my life where I wanted comfort, or I wasn't happy with the next choice that I made, or whatever. And I missed his loving ways, but I knew that it was time for us to go separate ways. And so my angels tasked me. They said, you will have to make a sacrifice of physical separation. Never in his arms will you lay again. Never will you have his kisses. Never will you be ego stroked by him again. We will not allow you to use him for your comfort, because it will stymie you and keep you stuck, and it will hinder your growth. And so as much as I love that man, and he was literally the soulmate, cosmic love of my life. And breakups happen because he was not dispatched to stay forever message. I released him with the contingency of understanding I would never physically see him again, no matter how much he tried. I wanted to and offered it. He was like, I'll come to, I'll drive to, I will come to another country to see you. And I'm not saying that to be like, look at me now, or pop my collar. I'm telling you, that's a challenge. When you love something, you release it. And he did love me enough to not foist himself upon me. It was always an offer and an invitation, but I never took it because I understood to take it would be to rescind the progress that I had done. So back to you. If that it was relevant for someone here, I was not just prattling. You have to understand that sometimes keeping distance, even when it feels tempting, because who loves you like an ex once they realize your value? No one, right? It feels like that. But what your angels are saying is that someone in the future will love you more without having to be put through the litmus test, without having to talk to their whole entire world, tribe, everybody. In the case of the toxic ex for me, they had every damn person in their ear but their own self. And that made me really uncomfortable, because it was like, I can't trust you. I cannot trust that you trust your own intuition, and I do intuition for a living, so I can't have you over here with your confusion confusing me. Okay? And this is why I was still fledgling and getting my feet grounded. On today, it's an absolutely not. Because if someone could talk you out of a relationship that stood before you and shared intimacy, if you had an intimate relationship and you shared things with someone, and then new people that really don't matter could come in and dissuade them off the path of greatness or spiritual evolution, and not signing the soulmate contract in a figurative sense, then that person was never going to be able to go with you to your next level of ascension. So I don't want you to cry over spilled milk. What your spirit team wants you to know, what your angels and ancestors want you to know, is that they're sending in someone with whom you can grow, someone who can grow you, someone who will love you without having to be tested and quizzed and repeatedly. Like, that's not what that's about. And if you find yourself in a situation, listen, we will be tested. I get tested all the time. We will be tested to see, are you listening to the divine? Because our carnality will override that. And here's where they want you to know about your ex in this ex therapy is, inasmuch as you stood in judgment of them, they said, we will stand in judgment of thee. Oh, you didn't want to hear that. Yes. Inasmuch as you stood in judgment of them, we will stand in judgment of thee. What does that mean? I did not do to my ex what they did to me. They were treacherous. They were narcissists. I'm not a narcissist. No, you're not. But what they will do, because if you call that person your twin flame, if you ever put that moniker to you and your ex, you just invited something into yourself. And so what that means is this: you will have to stand before a test very similar to what they had to stand before, because you are mirrored souls. I know that I certainly have. You will have to have something in front of you, an opportunity, something that you will have to answer to your carnality. You will have to make decisions of loyalty. Everything that your twin, your toxic twin, your treacherous little twin was tasked with, you will too. Will you listen to outside voices? Will you give in to what feels good to you? Will you be easily distracted? Just like you judge them, the same thing will be asked of you. Because we have all of these assignments, and what they said is that you have to decide what is your truth. Just like they were tested. Now, you and I can look back at our exes and be like, I see where they messed up there, and there. They made a wrong turn there. And if they would have turned left here, then they could have turned right there. And you're not wrong. But the angel said, and now when it's your turn, Can you get your navigation on? Are you as sure when it seems very illusory? Can you see beyond the illusion, as they asked us to see? Can you see beyond the illusion? Can you see beyond the trickery? Can you find your X? You see, look at this. I didn't even make this up. Look at the bottom here. We have X. You see that? It's the XX paradigm. I mean, they are doing algebraic angel math at this point. It's the XX paradigm. What they want you to know is that in order for you to truly grow, you will be tested in your own connection, and you will have to incubate it and protect it and do things with it that you wish they would have done with you. You will have to center it. You will have to honor it. You will have to do all of the things. Whatever you didn't get from your toxic twin or your old soulmate or your whatever, they will put in your face a new connection, and they'll say, will you do the same? Will you now give to yourself and this connection what you feel was not given to you? And I already know the answer for you. Yes, you will do. You will. But it doesn't mean it will be easy, and it doesn't mean that the answers will be clear, because that's what a labyrinth is, my dear, and that's what they have for you to explore. But the new love is already in escrow. It is here. And the reason I know that is because your ex is in fear. That's what you need to know with this ex therapy. Let's see, a card just fell out. They didn't want you to see. They wanted you to be confused, but you have your strength back. You are a brand new you. You have tamed the inner beast within you. You're out of your head, finally, out of this hangman energy. Clarify what they need to know, and you have healed your heartbreak, because it was necessary, though, to cause you to grow. Clarify that heartbreak. Ooh, that dark night of the soul. They saw you. They are now in that. Now they are heartbroken as the message. They are in the dark night of the soul. Their life has fully devolved into piles of shite. Not just manure that's going to be used right. That's what we did. Hey, come on, transformation. Come on, transformation. Come on, transmutation. Come on, taking the nonsense that we were given and making something grow out of it. That's what we do. We make a show out of it. We make someone really understand that we are not putting up with their ish. And we took the toxicity that they injected into us willingly, and we up-leveled with it. We rode through a magic carpet in the night. Starlight, star bright, first star I wish and see tonight. You are the star Aquarian energy. Keeping receipts and telling the truth, actually. Snatching wigs completely. See, their recollection of the past and yours are two different things. You know, I often say both things can be true, but perception and reality is a thing that we are subject to do as humans. But what is the truth? See, there are infallible truths. There are inalienable truths. There are truths that you understand about the way that your woman or man treated you, and you know for a damn fact that you can't look back. Get back, get back. You don't know me like that. You need 50 feet, because you will not stand in defeat. You will not stand under anyone's feet. You are not gum on anyone's shoe. You are a gumshoe, a detective. You are the person that investigated. You followed that intuitive nudge, and you made sure that you got back to a place in yourself where you could trust what you were seeing. So when you come to me as clients, and you come to me in the spirit realm, and you ask me a question parasocially, and you yell at the screen, but Monette, how will I know that it's safe to love? How will I know that the King of Cups can get my hugs? How will I know that I am in an Ace of Cups? How will I know that the Four of Wands won't fuck up? Let me tell you how you'll know. The same way you knew to look through that whatever you did. The same way you'll know to follow that intuitive nudge and dream. They said, we were sharpening you as iron sharpens iron, kid. When you went through that dark night of the soul and you thought, this is the worst it could be, I don't even want to live. When you wanted to unalive and jump off the face of this earth because you had been tried and betrayed by the person who you thought only ever saw just your purest worth. And you say, how could I ever trust another human soul again? They said, because we taught you how to trust us in the dark. when you had no friends. We taught you how to trust us in the night when there was no light. We taught you how to read the things that go bump in the night. We taught you about spiritual warfare. We taught you about the bugs that creep and crawl. In actuality, when you are dealing with gang stalkers and other bitches and other dudes that are looking in on thee, we taught you how to know when you're being gang stalked by social media through some level of fuckery. We taught you about narcissism and its dark, insidious underbelly. We taught you that in the dark. We taught you that in your depression. We taught you that when you weren't eating. We taught you that when you weren't showering. We taught you that when you weren't forgiving. We taught you that when you were angry. We taught you that when you were bitter. So, can you trust us one more time and do us one better as we elevate you and take you to the next level of a love that's greater than what you give and greater than what you've been given? They said you need to live the full expanse of this if you incarnated. You're not just here to be in misery and crying and watching me or watching any other guru or a reader or Dr. Romney. Come on, can we talk? Can we tell the truth about Dr. Sam Bankman? While they are helpful and we needed our education, weeping does endure for night. But new love, come on, new love, hey, will come in to rock you right. And if you allow it to rock you right, you will find more than just afternoon delights. You will find spiritual insights. You will find new Palladian friends. You will find a cosmic link to your Lumerians, whatever it is that you're seeking. But it is not just about freaking. It's about releasing control. The same way you had to release control when you were being trolled, when you had trolls under the bridge saying, knock, knock, little princess, little pig, let me in. When they were huffing and puffing to blow your house down, when you had nobody helping you, not anywhere in sight, anywhere around. And you trusted on bloody knees. You trusted through dry heaves. You trusted through tears and fears. In that dark night of the soul, you got through the spiritual jeers. I hear them laughing at you as they thought you were losing control, and now it's them who is left with nothing. And what they don't have is the temerity to rise like you did, and still like air you rise. Come on, Maya. And still like dust you rise. Did they trod you down in their history with their bitter, twisted lies? Did they try to stamp you in the very dirt, but still like dust you rise? That's what we do, empath. And that rising has to do with passing the passing the Dutchie upon the left-hand side, maybe a cocky that you might want to ride, or maybe something else. You know, I'm not in your business. Neither are the angels, but they said you will do this. And this is love. This thing called love. It's a crazy little thing called love. Why would I submit to the insanity of this? This is X therapy. I just want to hear about what the X did to me. Well, we talked about that. Mission accomplished. I kept my promise. That's what I do. But what are you about to do in this next 2024? Because you've been sulking. Come on, sulking. Come on, stewing since 2022. Can we talk? Can we talk for a minute? Oh, you don't want me in your business? Why did you click on this? Because they said if you actually want to heal and if you actually want to get something you can feel, then you're going to have to allow the cosmic universe, the energies, to do the big reveal and take you into a love that's real. And that means that you will have to release the control. You will have to release the fear. Because they said if you could trust us in the dark, then you can trust us when we have your rear, we've got your back. And when you move into a connection, it will not be a spiritual attack. It will be to show you they're showing me the DNA helix, the intertwining. They said it's like that. It's like that. And it's something that you've not yet experienced. But guess who is watching like gum under your shoe? The ex that never knew exactly what to do. They didn't even know how to properly fuck you. Can we talk? Can we talk? Now you're like, no, that's not true. They was. But were they? See, you have not had full love. You have not had, I would say, the fullness of spiritual connection. You had someone that might have been good with sex and good with their weapon. Come on, weapon. Y'all don't want me to preach to you tonight. They might have been good with their weapon because that stick and move is the only thing they had to keep you hypnotized. If you want to get a better understanding about the biological warfare of the peen, go listen to Princella. Princella will teach you about biological warfare and the addiction we have to the D if you do happen to enjoy the D. But what I will tell you is whether it's the D or the P, there was a hypnotizing energy that was about you, and the demons of that energy have to flee. The next next sexual encounter, the next time it's phallic energy, the next time it's sexual merging, the next time it's sexual healing, and you get that feeling, it's about spirituality being intertwined with our physicality, our emotionality, our interdependency, not codependency. You feel me? You see where they're trying to take you? They said you never had that with your old boo, and your old boo is looking looking and watching and lurking because they can tell that you're about to lift off. Can we take it to the moon? Can we take it to the stars? No one that you know has ever taken it that far, and you've never taken it that far because you've not allowed it. So when you ask me, how can I trust that the next one won't do what the last one did? They said, remember how scary it was in the dark, kid. Remember that we led you out of that, and that we promise you that while you're on this earth plane, we will never take you back. You have served your time. You served time with your ex. And now the angels sanction you and they say, thank you. Next. That's your ex therapy for tonight. So good sharing energy with you. Come back and join me, guys. We'll continue to evolve together.